guys, welcome to Keto Fusion with Dee. Today we are traveling all the way to India, South Asia. So we're making Indian butter chicken along with the very aromatic white rice. So let's get prepping. Okay guys, now these are the ingredients we're gonna need. We have chicken, nicely cubed into bite-sized pieces. And we have Greek yogurt and minced garlic and ginger, Garam Masala, and turmeric, cumin, salt, and chili powder. So we're going to start marinating now. Alright, now here's bite-sized chicken, and we're using half a cup of Greek yogurt, and I'm just going to put it in here. Then you're going to put the ginger. This is 1 tablespoon of ginger and 1.5 tablespoons of garlic minced and 1 teaspoon of garam masala and 1 teaspoon of each turmeric, cumin, and chili powder, but I'm putting 2 teaspoons of salt in here. And all we are doing right now is just incorporating all the ingredients into the chicken and just stick it in the fridge for about half an hour. But if the time permits, it could be overnight as well as maybe an hour you can put it in. I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, welcome back, and we are trying to prep the cauliflower for the rice. So you just run your knife at the bottom and just go around in a circular motion. And there you go, you get the stem out. Now we are going to go and separate the florets. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this into smaller pieces. That way it cooks faster. Okay, I'm adding a teaspoon of red wine vinegar, 3 bay leaves, 4 cardamom pods, 4 cloves, and 2 teaspoons of salt to it. That's all aromatics. Here it is. Now, like my previous video when we did cauliflower for the Chinese rice, we're just gonna actually put a timer and cook it for just 5 minutes, and I'll see you in a bit. Hi, welcome back guys. Our cauliflower is ready, so I'm just gonna strain it and stick it in the fridge for half an hour, but to expedite the process, I'm gonna put it in the freezer for 15 minutes. And then we are going to switch to cooking our butter chicken. Hi guys, now we are ready to prep our chicken, and then here it is, my oil. I'm putting in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, a couple of tablespoons of butter. Why we are putting olive oil with the butter is to reduce the burning of the butter. If we just put the butter in a hot pan, it's going to immediately burn. So to avoid that from happening, we are going to put some olive oil to it, and then we're going to add a medium-sized onion, chopped, nicely finely chopped, to it. We're going to let it cook until it becomes translucent. And now we are going to add our minced garlic and ginger and mix it up with the onions. And to this, I'm going to add my couple of tablespoons of tomato paste. And to this, I'm going to add the rest of the spices, which is cardamom, coriander, garam masala, and chili powder, and also cumin. Once the spices releases the aromas when you can smell it all. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna turn off the stove and puree this in the food processor. Probably I cooked it for 3 minutes. Now I'm gonna turn it off and put this in the food processor. Okay guys, I'm gonna put this in the food processor. Also, I'm gonna add to this salt. I have a garam masala, very easy garam masala recipe for you guys. Please check in the description box, which is something you can just make it out of the ingredients from your kitchen cabinet. And now to this, I'm gonna add a cup of water. And I'm gonna pulse it. Now we have this beautiful orange liquid with us, and now I'm going to put that back in our pan. I'll show you a small trick to get all these really wonderful flavors and even the last bit of your ingredients out of the food processor. What we're going to do is we're going to add a half a cup of almond milk to this. I'm going to pulse it again. As you can see, you can get every bit of it into your pan doing this little trick. Alright, at this point I'm going to go ahead and add our marinated chicken into this pan. And gently fold in the sauce. And we are going to cook this without a lid. We're going to cook this without a lid. What happens is, since we have all these wonderful silky ingredients like yogurt, and we're going to be adding in some cream as well, and also some erythritol to balance out the sourness from the yogurt and the tomato paste. What happens is, if you close with the lid, it kind of coagulates. So whenever you cook with even coconut milk, things like that, once you put the coconut milk, you don't close it with the lid. It somehow makes your sauce runny and coagulated. So I'm gently folding this, incorporating all the flavors, and I'm cooking this on medium for 25 minutes. You don't have to do anything once you add all these ingredients. Just put the erythritol in it, and we are going to add the cream kind of halfway through, because first we want all these nice flavors to infuse into our pieces of chicken. Alright guys, I'm gonna see you in 25 minutes. Hey guys, welcome back. We are halfway through now. So I'm gonna go ahead and add our cream into this. And as you can see, I had to switch to a bigger pan. So I kind of underestimated the quantity. So even though I've cooked this a million times before, like we all do, I made a mistake. Now here it is. It's really nice and orange. And I'm gonna let this cook longer for probably another 10-15 minutes. And also I just wanted to give you a little hint. If you like the color a little deeper than what we have achieved right here, you can definitely go ahead and add a couple of drops of red coloring, food coloring. So I'm gonna keep mine as is, I guess. But by all means, it's your preference. Go ahead and add a couple of drops of food coloring to it. So alright, so we're gonna let this cook longer. Hi guys, now this is all done. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It's so tasty. I tried it a little bit while I was off camera. Now we're just gonna, at this point, just serve it to the serving bowl. And next, we're gonna make our aromatic white rice to go with this. Alright guys, here it is now, our fabulous looking butter chicken. Now just to garnish it, I'm gonna go and sprinkle some cilantro, chopped cilantro, and it's gonna give a wonderful aroma, plus it's gonna just look pretty. Here it is. Now we're gonna switch to making our white rice. Now hi guys, now we're gonna make our rice. So this is the cauliflower that came out of the freezer. So I'm just going to put it into the food processor. Again, don't forget to take out the aromatics, which is cardamom and the clove, before you pulse it, because you don't want big chunks of clove or cardamom for you to bite into. So here it is. So I did about 4 to 5 pulses this time. Depends on the size of the cauliflower. This is the consistency we want, rice-like consistency. Now that's done. So at this point we are gonna get medium-high stove and put the oil. So here it is. I'm gonna put my oil into the pan. That was about a tablespoon of olive oil. And here it is. I put the oil in the pan. That was a tablespoon of olive oil, just 1 tablespoon. And then I'm going to put some onion in there. This is about a quarter of a medium-sized onion. But then again, sometimes on keto, people don't like to consume onions because of the small amount of sugar and carb content. So you can opt it out, but I feel like given the fact that we are allowed to take 50 grams of carbs per day, I think it's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some in there just for the aroma and the crunch element. And to that I'm gonna add 4 pods of cardamom, 3 cloves, and a half a teaspoon of whole cumin. Now this is entirely, guys, for aroma. We're trying to infuse aroma and Indian flavors into our rice. So we're going to get it nice and translucent. Now in the meantime, I have a small trick to get the rice to have the consistency of rice, which is like kind of sticky. It holds together, even though separate grains. It has a certain togetherness when you serve the rice. So to that I found a trick, but again, if you feel like you don't like to do that step, or if you're okay with the original consistency of the rice, you can omit this step. This is a 1/4 cup of almond milk. To that I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of arrowroot powder. Before adding it to the milk, I'm going to go ahead and microwave it for 30 seconds. Now guys, if you can see now, you see the onions are browning, a little golden brown right now. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and add our cauliflower into it. One big piece of cauliflower, not pulsed in my rice, but it's quite alright. You can go ahead and break it down with your spoon. Now you can go ahead and taste your rice to see if it's salty enough for you. If not, go ahead and add a dash of salt. I'm not going to give you a quantity for that, only because, you know, salt to taste according to your preference. And to this, I'm going to add the heated 1/4 cup of milk. And here it is, I'm adding the arrowroot powder to it. 1/2 teaspoon. And you want to nicely incorporate it and then add it to your rice. What I found out is by that step, what we are trying to do is to create a certain glutinous texture in your rice. Okay guys, this is after about, I would say, 4 minutes. So now we are ready to plate. So I'm going to go ahead and plate my rice. It tastes so good and smells so good. Only thing at this point I want to remind you, like we did before, just fish out the cardamom pods and the cloves, because you don't want to bite into a big chunk of it. It was merely for aroma and taste, but you don't bite into it. Hi guys, I'm so excited to try this dish. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting, and here it is all ready. So I'm going to serve myself some rice, and just wanted to tell you that I did go ahead and added some salt for my rice towards the end, because I felt like I would like a little bit saltiness. So and also, like I said, depending on your preference, if you like it runnier, add more liquid. Rather than water, I would recommend you to add cream or almond milk. And if you like it thicker, you know, you can reduce the quantity, amount of water you put in, which we added a cup. You can go ahead and do probably a 3/4 of a cup. So here it is. I'm gonna try. My goodness, it's really, really good. I don't think with this rice I'm gonna miss eating basmati rice. And this chicken, guys, is very much keto. And I wanted to tell you about the 4 tablespoons of tomato paste we added, because you might think on keto, how come she added so much tomato paste? But do the math. For 2 tablespoons of tomato paste is only 6 grams of carbs. So we added 4, it's 12 grams. But don't forget, this is the amount we made. The chicken itself is about 6 servings. It could be easily stretched out to 7. Rice, on the other hand, I would say good, generous 4 portions. Again, you can play around and increase or reduce the quantities depending on how many members you're cooking for. But like I said, it's going to stretch out between so many people, so you don't have to worry about the carb content. So this is such a satisfying dish. I mean, 2 dishes I want you to try. Please do, because you're not going to be disappointed. And you'll again feel like you're eating rice on keto. See you in a bit.